AJ, El Presidente, Eddie Kane University. Hill gon' heal, regardless. You, Buchanan, Bethel High School, by way of Three Man Weave, LLC.
Michelle, producer, based over here.
You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the Three-Man Weave.
Don't you just love technology? Ayo Technology. That's going to be our new intro. Ayo Technology by Justin Timberlake.
50 Cent. Don't forget 50 on that.
Of course, 50. You know, we're going to give him his props because we ain't really going to. Never mind. But
that was a damn song.
You know, because that just ain't it don't seem like a 50 song. So I always just like discount him. Yeah, it's definitely his song. Well, 50 Cent, you really made Ayo Technology. How do you feel?
And I was upset about that. I was disgusted. I wasn't ready for the crossover yet. I was still young. I was like, nah, Fifth, this ain't it, man.
Took Ja Rule out of there just to do his entire style.
Just do the same thing.
I mean, I think that might be the worst kind of like shot and then do what you was doing, because like you literally killed this man's career talking about he doing all this singing shit and all of that stuff, and you went ahead and did it. The only person I feel worse for is T-Pain, because Jay-Z did Death to Auto-Tune.
Yeah.
And then everybody started doing Auto-Tune, and he just like, well, shit, y'all kind of just ushered me out the door and then took my whole shit.
Yeah, that was terrible. I did feel bad for him.
He didn't deserve it because he wasn't even in like bro, I'm not even in your lane.
He didn't. But I feel like it was a lot of people it was out of control, bro.
It was out of control, but Jay-Z could have said, let T-Pain do it.
He could have said is deaf to all you rappers trying to use auto-tune, leave that shit to T-Pain.
Yeah.
You didn't because at that time everybody was really just going to T-Pain for auto-tune. And then like no one else got killed for using auto-tune. It was literally just T-Pain. I felt sorry for bro.
Nah, like Cannon was saying, auto-tune was getting out of control.
It was getting out of control.
Regular rappers was using it for no reason.
What I'm saying is nobody had
regular rappers. That was pissing me off, Phil.
Yeah, it was like I said, he could have, but I don't think he understood the magnitude of what he was doing. I think he was trying to get the rappers to stop doing it.
Yeah,
but he didn't mean for.
But you know what?
T-Pain. Like,
did y'all seen that Fresh Prince reunion?
I've been meaning to see that.
It's kind of like Will Smith didn't understand at the time, like the power of what he did to Aunt Viv in the industry. Like he didn't, and so Jay was a little bit older. He kind of should have known. He should have known if you make a song called Death for Auto-Tune. So it's like I kind of understand. Will Jay was kind of mature, man. This was what 8 years ago, something like that.
Nah, it was definitely longer than that.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's longer than that. Yeah.
10, well, I say 10. Either way, he's 40. He was 40. Like you 50 now. So it's like, bro, you was old enough, bro. Will was like in his 20s when that thing kind of happened. So I can't really give Hov no pass, man. You know I like to give Hov a pass too.
Yeah, I mean, he don't get
what he was doing because the song is called Death of Auto-Tune, bro.
Correct.
You know that was his money lane. You know his pockets are going to be affected with your weight in the culture at the time when you did the song.
Hov really had people out here wearing 3X button-ups too, looking foolish.
Mm-hmm. I'm still mad at him for that.
3X button-ups. Wow. I've never listen. I've done baggy. I ain't never went 3X nothing.
You didn't have to.
Yeah.
Like you got to remember, 2X was probably way too baggy for you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I used to do the 1X. 1X was dumb on me.
I ain't even going front. I might have dabbled in a 3X or something.
Poor Cincinnati.
Nah, man, But we got to think about some of the extra larges and 2X's back then. I don't
They
really
were extra. They were already big.
Yeah, I don't really think that they was really extra large. Like, think about
Yeah,
an extra large shirt back then. Because
yeah,
I had
that
a
shit was
big ass
huge.
extra shirt back then. I'm like, hold on, this is huge.
That
Like,
shit huge.
And mind you, back then, I'm 135 pounds, rocking 38 waist
Bro,
Jabos and 3X.
bro,
yeah,
listen. And you can't even rock a 38 now.
Bro, if I put a 38 on right now, I will look like an idiot.
when I realized that we was wilding in that era was when I really got big and the clothes was still big.
Yeah,
Like, nah, I was like, hold on, this still don't fit. Like I thought I was at least be able to pull off a couple shirts. I'm like, hold on, this still don't fit.
something not right here. Something not right
Nah,
here.
nah.
Oh,
But this episode 89.
Yeah,
yeah,
89.
yeah.
Episode 89. I want to apologize for the delay, technical difficulties, but we are here live on Facebook in the Three Man Weave group, live on YouTube, Three Man Weave. Subscribe, like, share. You can catch us on all major podcast platforms, Three Man Weave _ Three Man Weave. What did I just say?
I don't know.
Fucking up.
Hold on,
He flustered. He flustered. He came in late and he flustered.
Yeah, you can catch us on all major podcast platforms. Instagram, Twitter, 3manweave _ You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. I'm Hill, baby. And you see, I'm healing. And Hill gonna heal regardless. That's Caddy. It's AJ.
Yep.
Hey, man.
Let's get it.
Get it, man. Damn.
I'll tell you one thing. That's gonna be Nichelle gonna like that. Nichelle likes stuff like that.
Yeah, she's like,
She ain't even gotta tell. She won't say it, but she likes stuff like that.
Post a joint. Post a joint on there, AJ, for the live.
So Eric says, first and foremost, respect to Utah State. And this is something that we've talked about prior to the season, where we've discussed the power that the players have, even though that they are the product. Don't shit move without them.
Okay.
And they aren't happy with what's going on at Utah State. And guess what? They said, we're not playing the rest of y'all season.
Yeah.
And what can you do? What can you do now if that locker room?
You can't bring in replacement college players. It's not like the NFL, because now you got to bring in people that are academically eligible and already attending the university, man. So it's like, come on now, it's over. Like AJ said, the players have the power.
So enlighten me, what's going on? What happened?
So basically, their school president had made some disparaging remarks about the coach's religion.
Noel Crockett.
Okay.
Thank you, Cannon, for bringing up that name. He made some disparaging remarks about that coach's religion, and the players was like, really? That's what we gonna do? Nah, we ain't here for none of that. And it's gonna happen just like what happened in Missouri. That president is finna be gone. I'm telling you. And that's what I be saying about these players with the power that they possess, but they do not know it because it's a slave mentality. Remember, the slaves outnumbered the plantation owners. Oh shit, we done lost Hill. The slaves outnumbered the plantation owners. At least at least exponentially 10 to 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so don't shit move without you.
But I like the fact that we seem to be in an age of enlightenment, and it comes around every few thousand years or so. But I like to think that we're in an information age right now, so we have at our disposal more information than we've ever had about any type of situation ever before. So it's like
100%.
just like normally players don't understand their power, but kudos to these players for understanding their power. And maybe it was such an egregious insult by a person in a position of power that they just finally say, you know what? Hell no. Hell no. Like, I don't even want to put the jersey on. Like,
Absolutely.
if you're not gonna respect the coach, then you definitely don't respect the players.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? Y'all not gonna exploit us. And now what? And I hope people bought tickets. I hope people really had. I don't know if they was how they living in Utah. I don't know if it was an open event, but I hope they sold tickets, and I hope they got to pay all that money back.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
And this is why, like with that Ed Ogeron shit, I had such a problem with, because my thing is, regardless, something happened to you, you're like, your players are gonna ride for you, because that's the culture you want to build. You building a family culture,
And he
and so you are going to do stuff to appease the boosters, alumni, and the executive board and stuff like that. But guess what? If you lose that locker room,
you lose your job
you lose your
anyway.
job. And guess
So
what? Look at LSU. LSU looking good this year? Hell no. I ain't gonna say it's because of those remarks that he made, but I mean,
you
I've seen
never know.
I've seen LSU win 9-10 games with bad quarterbacks. Back when they was in those Les Miles days and they was running the I form and all of that, and they was in that, that archaic offense for college. So
Yeah.
I've seen LSU do stuff without a quarterback. So just because you lost Joe Burrow, that team is still loaded with talent.
And you should be, as a top program, you should be used to losing your top quarterback. That's going to happen. Top quarterbacks don't stick around. They don't play 4 or 5 years.
They was having an
Come on,
issue getting a quarterback before Burrow anyway.
Exactly.
Come on now.
So it's like, Burrow was a savior for them and made everything look different in LSU. I mean, I like the program, I like the other players, but like I said, before Burrow, the quarterbacks are looking suspect. But I think it's different to rewind back a little bit, AJ.
Yeah.
Ed Ogeron got way more power than Utah State.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? I understand, the players still have power as well. They can exercise their right as well to do what they want to do as well. Don't get it wrong. They can do the same thing and get him up out of there, get whatever president up out of there if they protested and withdraw and did everything else. But what I'm saying is it's a little different in LSU than Utah State. And and you just coming off a national championship, it's a pipeline to the league. Like it's a little different.
And
You're
it's
gonna hesitate. You're gonna
and you know why
hesitate
it's,
there.
and you know why it's probably a little different? Because of the pay for play under the table.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's probably a little different. So it's like, oh, if you receiving benefits and you can go against me publicly.
Yeah.
So
but once again, my whole point is, if Ed Ogeron don't have the players, he don't have a job.
yeah,
Correct.
Regardless of what the boosters got to say, because guess what? If Ed Ogeron takes the side of those players and they still win games, then boosters ain't gonna ask for him to go, because guess what?
because they're gonna be winning.
Because
Yep.
Ed Ogeron is still winning games, but you take the side of the boosters and you start losing, you start blowing leads, and you looking shitty. Guess what? Those people that you was trying to coddle and make happy, they gonna kick your ass out. They gonna pay millions of dollars for you to get your buyout and leave. Like they gonna pay you to get up out of there. And so that's why it's like, hey, I think he made a big mistake by that statement. And I didn't necessarily say it, when it was on, but it's just like, I don't see how you can get there with that. Like, I don't like until, like, unless when things get normal, Ed Ogeron start winning again, or he start recruiting well, it's gonna be real grim for him. Because guess what? Like Candace said before, before you got back on, we are in the information age. These college players, they have information at their fingertips, and not only that, a lot of these 17, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids are more aware than ever. So now, with the awareness going on, it's almost like, hey, I believe that statement that you made wasn't strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like Arthur Moat said, had it been 2, 3, 4 years ago, that statement Ed Ogeron made would have been enough. Not now, not today. And if you can't recruit in the SEC, you can't coach in the SEC.
But I got a question for you though. It didn't hit. That statement it came and went, right? Nobody said anything about it, and also enlightened me because I haven't been paying attention. You know, I'm boycotting college football, to be quite honest. But obviously, to me, it came and went. Nothing came about it. It is what it is, and I believe so because this college football season it ain't what it is.
You speaking about Ed or the Utah State incident?
No, the Ed situation.
And it's kind of to your point, what you were saying here. The reason why it didn't hit is because of the more power, right? So it's like the players there, they could exercise the same rights that the players did at Utah State, but they stand more to lose. You see what I'm saying? I'm at a national program with national exposure in a pandemic season. Can I really afford not to have my exposure? So it's like the players at Utah and they have more to lose than the players at LSU have more to lose than the players at Utah State. So it's like they were more likely to let it go compared to this, but also this Utah State statement was more egregious than Ed just not having his players back. You feel me? So it's two total different situations. So I kind of see your point here to the power play.
Right. And I'm with you that the players at LSU have more to lose. But let's forget, with the state of what sports is, guess what?
Yeah.
Every player in that LSU locker room is going to have the same, like they coming back with the same classification that they have this year. So guess what? If you want to transfer, you're not losing a year.
Yeah, that's true.
And I guarantee you, if you put in a waiver and say, look, I'm not really trying to play for Ed Ogeron, I want to transfer.
They got to approve that.
With the way that everything is going, I think you can get your waiver approved to play instantly next year.
Yeah.
And then even with those Utah State players, they may have to put more on film than some of these LSU players, because some of these LSU players can be like, okay, that's how you feel? I'm about to work on the NFL draft, big dog.
Put this question up, Tigers. About the seniors.
Also put the StreamYard thing up so we can see who it is.
Yeah.
So we got a supporter question that says, are seniors at Utah State risking draft position? And I'm going to say possibly. We already know that Utah State is not a hotbed for NFL talent anyway. So yes, possibly. But what I will say, I literally been reading about Muhammad Ali to my students. And at some point and sometimes in your life, you got to stand for what you believe in. And so it's like, bro, am I going to worry about my draft position, or I'm really going to say, like, I ain't going to let someone in power exploit me the way that this president of Utah State is trying to exploit us and our interim coach. So, yes, they might be risking their draft position, but I think even if they are, it's for the right reason. So
I think but it's December. It's December.
Yeah.
Bulk of their season is already over. I don't know if it was bold.
They won't. Come on now.
I'm just saying they might. But I'm just speaking because I ain't seen it. But like I said, they only got one. It's not a tournament for them. They only got one bowl game if they in. The scouts know who they are.
I was just about to, and that was my point.
The scouts know who they are already. They're gonna still get a pro day. They're gonna still get everything that they need to go on to do what they got to do to get to the next level. But you got to stand for something. Stand for nothing. You fall for something. And
that was about to be my point. Seniors at Utah State, if you weren't in the draft, if you weren't on people's draft boards by now, you won't finna be on nobody's draft boards.
You about to go to the corporate world, buddy.
Exactly. You finna be selling insurance. You finna be a GA. You know what I mean? You finna work at Hertz.
Be an entrepreneur.
You finna do something. But you ain't finna be in the NFL. But the perks for you is, guess what? You could do that this year. and you can still come back next year.
Yeah.
Right.
And then guess what? You can also transfer because you can be like, hey,
Eric always kicks facts though.
Exactly.
Most of the time.
Yeah, I'm about to say he a little
it's December, like AJ was saying. One game isn't gonna make or break you. Nah, that's why I said most of the time.
I was about to say,
I said most of the time.
Some of them games scare you. Some of them games.
No, but we was still it's relative to Utah State.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Now come on, like if you Ohio State and you miss one game, it could hurt you. You feel me?
No,
I'm talking about like if you're a player, like you could need this to get over the bubble, man. You need a big game in a bowl game or a conference championship could propel a player to draft status.
Post Marcus Cannon's comment, please. Scroll up a little bit. Cap made it popular for players to stand, kneel for their belief.
No.
Why not?
Are we forgetting about Muhammad Ali?
But
I know what I'm saying is Cap didn't make it popular. Cap brought it back. Cap reinforced it.
Accurate. That's accurate.
You want to be an accurate statement, but I wholeheartedly agree with Marcus Cannon.
Yeah, but Hill, like we've always said before, two things can be true.
Yeah, and that's correct.
Two things can be true.
Because let's rewind. Let's take the same example that we got right now. All right, boom. The Donald Sterling incident, right?
Yeah.
Happened in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Players were so upset. What they do? They were just so upset.
Yeah.
What happened in the bubble?
Yeah.
They didn't play.
Yeah.
It's a difference now. Somebody might have protested before them, but somebody made it real popular, made it real accessible, made it real cool. Yeah. So like you said, two things can be true.
Yeah, because he definitely brought it back. I'm definitely brought it back.
Because I'm right. I feel you. I'm just saying, like, let's not forget.
Yeah,
that's my thing.
And because it just wasn't Muhammad Ali, there's been other black athletes, or not just minority athletes, who have stood up for what they believed in. And because Marshawn has stood up for what he believed in his whole career. You feel?
And remember, Marshawn didn't stand for the national anthem either.
Come on now.
But nobody ever questioned him about it.
Yeah.
Is that? But see, now
because he won't play no games about it.
You got to, we in the trendy era now, though.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. So to say, just like y'all said, just like you said earlier, Utah State seen what Missouri did.
Yeah,
100%.
So they made it cool and comfortable to do. So it always takes one. That's why we got each other.
And this right here, I don't want to say the whole NFL recognizes African American and struggles now.
But you know what he mean, man. It's getting more. It's getting attention. Whether they really care remains to be seen. But at least there's a conversation now, and there wasn't even a conversation before. So I think that's his point.
Okay, because I just wanted to say, like, hold on, let's not say, thank you, massive. No. Let's put the kibosh on that.
No. Because you just see what they just did to my boy Dez.
Let's go, because.
So my whole thing is, I know people, the trendy thing to say or the funny thing to say is, oh, Jerry put the word out and he didn't, let Dez play. But that's some trash ass. That's some trash ass rhetoric. That's a trash ass.
Jerry Jones wants Dez back in the league, bro. I believe that.
Jerry Jones didn't want to cut Dez.
It was Steven.
Come on, man.
It was Steven.
People just like to say stuff. I mean, that's great clickbait. Let's be honest.
Eric was so mad about that comment. We're gonna get to that, but we're gonna get to that. I just want us to not forget that. Eric,
Facebook group is the best.
I'm gonna hold you down, Eric, for that one. But Dez, man, like I truly felt bad for Dez, even though I'm a Bengals fan, and I really don't care about the Ravens. I'd like to see the Ravens lose. But just seeing that shit happen to Dez, man, I felt bad because all of the hard work he's put in over the years to try and get back
Listen,
into the league, and
listen.
then for them to
They
come and
snatched it.
come to
They
grab
snatched
you
that thing.
during pregame warmups. Now, like we've all played sports, we know what it's like to get ready for a game. How much you put in to get your game face on and like really get ready to get active, bro. He's getting ready to get in multiple car crashes, basically. Do you know what mental space you got to put yourself in to get into 5, 10, maybe 20 car crashes?
Bro.
Bro, you got to be borderline insane to do that.
But let's not minimize it. Let's not minimize the fact that he's
I'm
just
not,
now getting. No, I'm saying he's just now getting back to the league. He's just now. They was expanding his role, and this is your former team
Bro.
on
You
prime time.
you can fathom. Like I said, I've been reading Muhammad Ali to my kids, bro. That's like Muhammad Ali getting his license to box again. And in the dressing room, they tell him, no, you can't. They done canceled it again. So it's like you can't really fathom that. And it's like the crazy thing about it is I felt so bad for this. I literally text Hill and AJ and I said, bro, I'm done. Like I've been a supporter of Dez needs to be on the roster for the last 3 years.
we all have.
But I've been a real big supporter because one, my team has not had a strong wide receiver core. So and my whole logic behind this campaign was that how can teams out there with trash receiving core not go out and sign veterans that don't even cost a lot and add to your roster? That really upset me, which made me think that there was a conspiracy behind it, right? And then for that to happen, it's just like I was like, you know what? I'm done with the whole saga. I said, y'all not gonna hear because I always tell them somebody needs to sign Dez. I said, I'm not gonna say anything about Dez no more. And then as soon as I said that, Dez pretty much almost tweets the same thing because it was that ridiculous, bro.
And
It
people
was
didn't understand the magnitude, not the magnitude, but the reason why he reacted the way he does. That's the player of Dez. Dez is an emotional player. So you mean to tell me you take that away from me in pregame warm up, and I'm the only one
y'all
that
should
can't
have,
play?
yeah, and y'all should have known. Like, let's be real. The test, y'all. I've been did the test. It don't take that long to come back. Why y'all even let me come out here and get dressed?
The only one. I ain't got no close contacts. Been dapping up everybody on the field, and no
And
close
then,
contacts.
and he literally said, I got COVID. Come on now. And then it comes back as a false
Double
negative.
negative.
Come
Double
on.
negative.
So it's
Like,
like,
come
bro,
on, man. Like that's and let's be honest. Like the conspiracy. It is what it is. Boy, the boy had 4 catches like for 28 yards against Tennessee. Like it won't like Dez was coming back, lighting the league up, and it won't like he was about to like, bro. He ran for 300 yards on the Cowboys. They might not even threw the ball to him. Like
yeah,
they might
that's
have
a
threw a
fact.
smoke screen or threw a fade to him in the red zone just to
They're
just to add
trying to
insult
they're
to
trying
injury.
getting
They was gonna try
points.
to get him in that end zone.
Of
Lamar was
course,
gonna
but
try to
like,
get him in there.
but you ran the ball 300 times. You won't throwing you threw the ball 17 times. You mean to tell me they was like Dez was gonna be that much of a factor? Like, come on, now let's be realistic on the football aspect. Y'all
Yeah.
did nothing. It proved nothing. It proved whoever had something to do behind this is karma gonna get you, boy. I'm telling you.
And the issue that I've had and that I've tried to bring up multiple times is the NFL is doing a terrible job at their research because
Yeah.
if we've
Well,
all like what we've all seen is that on-field transmissions are extremely low. Where the
mhm.
transmissions take place are when you're in film
I've said
study,
it.
when
I've
you're in
said
the
it.
locker room together, when you're traveling together,
It's
and you're
common
in close
sense.
quarters with your teammates. On field trade, like how like remember there was what was it? I think it was AJ Dillon with the
Mm-hmm.
Packers, the running back. He had it, and so they had to pull him after the game, but no one else got it. No one else in the running back room got it, but they had to put those running backs on the COVID list. But they all came back positive and stuff like. I mean, all came back cleared. No one on the other team got it. No other outbreaks happened. The Titans, when they had their outbreak and they played and all of that stuff, nobody else got it. It just spreads within the locker room because you're sitting there with these people for an ample amount of time. So for you,
Mhm.
for it to be
Touching
like
the same thing,
for for for
hugging,
for
dapping
for,
up.
for me, how I see it is, if you pull Dez off the field for a positive test, you
should
need
have
to
brought
pull
everybody.
every wide receiver
Yeah.
off the Ravens off the field. It shouldn't have just been Dez, because guess what? It ain't just Dez. Dez has been in these meetings. Dez has been around the wide receiver coach. So you need to pull the wide receivers
all of them
and the wide receiver coach off the field.
And the trainer that dealt with the wide receivers this morning, whoever wrapped and taped them, all of them.
The fact that, like they said, that nobody was deemed close contact was crazy, and they had film with them dapping up and hugging up everybody before the game. Like
when they said that to me is, I've tried to stay away from conspiracy, but that made me really believe, man.
Now I didn't even fight it. I'm like, go ahead, say what y'all got to say. But that's how I'm like, it's something.
And something that you posted in the group at first, I was about to jump in and say, Hill, there's something different to that, where you was talking about the NFL needs consistency in their program.
Mm-hmm.
They do
because with the Denver situation and the Ravens situation going into that Steelers game, it was actually different. Mm-hmm. That, because there was, different, like there was, close contact where they had to pull people off, and there were actual positive cases with the Ravens. So that's where that difference came, where the Broncos kind of had to play, but those actual cases with the Ravens allowed the game to get pushed back. But the shit with Dez, that's when I was like, okay, there's no consistency here, because how can you say he didn't have any close contact with nobody?
It felt singled out.
How can you tell me a wide receiver doesn't have to be in a group? Like there's nobody. Nobody's coming.
Catching the balls, using the balls, throwing them back.
Even if you're a practice squad, you've been in the huddle with scout team.
But AJ, I was
blocking cornerbacks.
But AJ, I was using the Denver and Ravens situation because that was the two closest situation. It's been inconsistent the entire time. Yeah. I mean, look at the Raiders. They had a whole bunch of COVID instances, and next thing you know, they still had to play. Same thing about the 49ers. They had a whole bunch of COVID instances. They had to play. One of your boys got COVID, but then next thing you know, he had a positive test. He ended up playing. Same thing about
it was 5 of them.
Yeah, but did they end up playing that week?
My team been doing pretty good with this.
No, the team played. The players didn't.
Mackenzie Alexander didn't come back.
He didn't play that game. He didn't play that game.
Okay, cool. You had your 5. You had your matter of fact, because y'all didn't have no DBs that week.
Exactly. Yeah, we didn't have nobody. Yeah.
But what happened? Okay, but AJ Terrell, he gets COVID, and nobody else gets COVID. Like nobody else is close quarters to him, and like you said, nobody gets to him. Who it was? The Bills had it. Somebody from the Bills had it. It's like everybody, almost each team didn't had it. But now it was like one person is on the list. Okay, one person can take a test. Or other person, he can't take a test this next week. Or this person can take a test. Or he got to quarantine for 10 days. Or it's like it's all over. I don't know what to do.
It's all over the place, bro.
It's definitely all over the place. And
it's all over the place.
Takes me back to my statement of like the NFL. You had the longest out of any league to prepare. Why the fuck weren't you ready?
The least prepared.
Why the fuck weren't you ready, bro?
You know why? We've said it multiple times, and it's almost like these schools were doing. Do y'all remember? I had to pretty much go on a campaign in DC to not get them. And guess what? When remote learning started, DC was not prepared, and you know why? Because they lived in a fictitious world that we were going back to school, so they didn't prepare. They were sending emails and things to people about what we're gonna do when we go back, and it's like. No, we're not. We're not going back. Just like those players, like we all over the country and the world, teachers were going to use their power, saying like we ain't going back until it's safe. So you can make these plans, or you can be logical, listen to the CDC, and make plans to do distance learning. Because, bro, but they didn't. When it's money involved. About moving people around and people going places and doing stuff, they're never like you said it, Hill. You said it's the money. They're gonna play these games no matter what. Even with COVID, the show will go on. And you called it. And I also called it because I said that this was gonna be happening.
Correct. Two things could be true.
But it's just sad that you have all of this money, like AJ said, you had the most time out of any sports league to be prepared, and it's sickening that you didn't do anything. And it's because back to AJ's point in the beginning of this, you don't care about the players. It's clear as day. They are a product, and it's cool for them to be a product, but Phil Knight care about his product. You see what I'm saying? Phil Knight don't want his product being damaged. He want to take care of it. And I know people aren't Phil Knight's product. He actually have a real product. But it's like he cared for his real product. And it's like, dang, if your product is people and Phil Knight can care for inanimate objects and you can't care for people?
Shit, I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I mean, in some aspects, if you look at it with business, inanimate objects get more respect.
I knew you were gonna say that, bro.
Because peak game, we talk about Phil Knight. Phil Knight got a product that he cares about, those shoes and that apparel. But how much he paying the people that's making? He was a part of, using sweatshops, but we ain't even got to get into all that shit.
Yeah. I mean, sweatshops is gonna be sweatshops now, but he pays American workers. They get paid good.
Yeah, but I bet you it's more. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But that's the whole world. It ain't just him.
But that's my point.
Listen,
let's not jump to give Phil Knight props.
All right, listen. If I wanted to start a manufacturing business, bro, I am outsourcing overseas where my money gonna stretch. Ain't my fault that they want to work for that in a legal place. Gotta be smart and take advantage of some things.
So y'all ready? The Bengals ready to get that third win Sunday?
Nope.
That boy's not frozen.
Hey, look. This is the Penny Sewell lottery right here. Whoever lose this game is getting Penny Sewell. Because I've looked at both team schedules.
Ain't another win in sight.
Trey. And I'm hoping that Andy Dalton come back mad as hell and throw for 600
Not 600.
and four TDs, 4 of them things. You dig what I'm saying? And just go ahead.
Hey, look.
Go ahead and
Amari Cooper up, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Look, we talking fantasy.
Hey, but look, I still need Tyler Boyd to get greasy though, and y'all quarterback is.
What Shannon say? What Shannon?
That ain't no problem. Hey, look,
y'all quarterback scaring me, yo.
You see the defense,
bro? He's so trash.
Do you see the defense?
Our backup is trash, but those corners over there in Dallas.
Oh yeah.
And our best corner got COVID. Not our best corner. The number he got COVID.
Yeah.
The one who's starting.
I ain't even want to call him Woozier. He got COVID. He gonna be out. So we don't know who you gonna bring. Bring another practice squad up. I'm telling you, boy. Tyler Boyd, start him.
Might swag out. Oh, I'm starting him. I don't have no choice.
Who go swag out?
Listen.
Who go swag out? Who you say go swag out?
Your practice squad.
All right, just square up when 21 fights. It's gonna be 21 fights. Square up when I see you. And I'll tell you right now. They been playing.
But nah, back to your point. Like I don't have anybody else. Like literally, the only fantasy team that has done well for me is my best of the best team, and I drafted 80% of those people. Like I don't have anything else. That's it. All of my drafted players: Cooper, Tyler Boyd, my Lamar. I need them all to ball, man. If I'm gonna have any chance in this playoff, I can't rely on any bench waivers. It's been my team the whole year. I need them to show up, man.
Good luck to you.
I just want to say, I talked about it last year where I went on that 6-game win streak. AJ also went on a 4-game win streak.
Oh, that's impressive, man.
In another league this year. To not only get into the playoffs, I went from out of the playoffs to the number 2 seed. So I'm just saying, fuck all that shit he'll be talking about.
Nah, you here. Now you here in the NFL, bro,
Bro,
and you
I
definitely here in the
said
3-man weave league too.
I said you are a good fantasy player, but don't get your damn
No,
advice
yeah,
from me.
you can't get advice.
Yeah,
No,
don't.
I'll take that back. I'll
Hold
take that
on,
back.
hold on, wait. But wait,
Tyler Boyd panned out well for me.
what did I tell you, Hill? I said if you in a league with me, I'm not gonna give you no advice.
I'm in all my leagues. I'm in majority of my leagues with you. That's
So
why I
why
hate
would
you.
you take advice from
We
me?
still got a show, bro. Like,
and exactly, we got a show. And why do you think I don't be a part? Like I enjoy scrapping that fantasy podcast shit. Guess what I did? I asked Scrap some fantasy questions. I didn't say, "Oh, y'all need to start this person." Fuck
it is
that.
what it is. It
Y'all
is
not
what it
getting
is.
y'all not getting no advice from me. Because
I'm
guess
gonna
what?
tell you what I
Hell,
think.
It's money.
I
It's money.
told you.
I don't care.
told you
I hate
that
him.
season, Hill. I said, bro, don't pick Devontae Adams that year. I told you not to. Then you listen to AJ.
Now look at him now.
AJ always be a year either ahead or a year behind, bro.
No. I like the reason I be
talking
on
about
time with the.
I'm talking about for his advice. For
Oh,
his
I be on
players,
time. I be
he
on
was
time.
on time. Like he was right on time with Pat Mahomes. He was on time.
He
Like,
didn't give us no advice for that.
No,
Exactly.
that's what I said. That's his.
Because I remember that year I had Pat Mahomes and Kareem Hunt.
Or a year behind. Because he told me get Cam Akers this year. He's a year ahead. That I need to wait till next year. You see what I'm saying?
And you should be mad at him now because you needed running back. You needed running backs. The next thing you know, Cam Akers had his best game of his life when you out the playoff.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden, you want to kick for
but
AJ.
It wouldn't have mattered. It was too late.
You already drafted him listening to him.
Yeah, I messed up.
You should be as mad as I am too.
But I
because
did say
I didn't take him early. I took him late. So I wasn't mad at AJ.
When you took him, you listen to him. You listen to him. What did he get you?
But I'm Florida State. What do you expect? I didn't really need AJ to sell me on Cam Akers.
So like I said, keep your cape on. This is your time. I give you the opportunity to bash AJ's advice, and you want to put your cape out.
His advice has been solid for me. I can't lie.
You drafted Cam
Y'all
back.
You
drafted Cam back because of AJ, and he ain't do nothing for you.
No,
I ain't taking nothing.
Kenny, who did I tell you was going to be the number one receiver for the Bengals when you asked me?
You said Tyler Boyd, man.
Okay.
And you also told me T. Higgins was going to ball, and so I could have had T. Higgins too. So it's
he also had faith in AJ Green too.
I didn't listen to him on that.
But I didn't say AJ Green was gonna come back and be the guy. It's the reason. It's the reason why I said Tyler Boyd is gonna be the number one receiver.
I know why you said Tyler Boyd, but you also bigged up AJ Green too. Y'all gonna tell the full story.
All I told you was I think AJ Green was coming back last year, and that's the only reason why you hate me in fantasy. Because I told you.
And what I say about AJ Green?
Because you said he shouldn't have came back, and he didn't.
And I ain't got a reason to be mad at. I ain't got a reason to be mad at AJ.
But why you listening?
Why listen?
I told you I wasn't smart. I had him too. I thought he was coming back. That's what the report said.
Exactly. So he giving me inside reports, and I'm sitting there like, okay, we in a separate league, and we both need AJ. He like, yeah, bro, he coming back. Come on, man.
I thought he was coming back too. Shit.
Come on. Well, I can't talk to that AJ, but this AJ I can talk to, and I don't like him.
He's emotional when it comes to AJ Green, bro. He not thinking straight.
Yeah, you right. Don't worry about it. I don't care what you think, thunk, whatever. I ain't listening to nothing he say about fantasy no more.
All right, so I see you in the playoffs.
Okay, so look, we got a good question. What
it is?
Oh, before we get to that question. We ain't really finished with these Bengals and the Cowboys though.
Bro, we suck. Don't nobody want to hear this shit.
That's fact.
Bro,
right.
Look, it's literally. Look. Here, I'm gonna break it down to you real quick.
Y'all gonna win this game?
No, the fuck we not.
All right.
It's gonna be a tie.
No, it's not. This is what's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna seem close. The Bengals gonna do what they gonna do. Always. They're going to give up a long touchdown at the end of the game to Amari Cooper because it's going to be on some Greg Williams shit. You're going to think like, remember what happened when we played the Browns? We had the game won and these motherfuckers got a 65-yard touchdown because y'all thought the Jets was the first team to do it this year and play cover zero on a Hail Mary play. No, baby, it was the Bengals. Just ain't nobody get motherfucking fired because we that trash where we was like, yeah, that's par for the course. And so my whole thing is, bro, look, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, look at both teams.
Trash.
Y'all better than us. We are some shit. Fam. Like,
AJ,
bro.
we the reason that people thought Malcolm Brown was good. Who is the Ernest Forrest? I don't even know if I got his name
what
right.
You mean y'all the reason that people thought
Hold on.
Wait.
Wait. We the reason why Donovan's People Jones is even on people's radar. He was a fucking special teamer and had the game. His first 3 catches were for 65 yards and a game-winning touchdown that made him look like Odell Beckham against us. So I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. The only time that Baker Mayfield ever looks good is against who? The motherfucking Cincinnati Bengals.
That's not true. He's been looking pretty good lately against lots of people.
That takes me to another point. Fuck the Titans. We beat the Titans too, but everybody's talking about, should we respect the Browns now? No, you shouldn't respect the Browns now because we beat the Titans. Didn't nobody say, should we respect the Bengals now because they beat the Titans? No.
Did y'all have Joe Burrow when y'all did it?
Yeah. we were showing love to Joe Burrow.
And we were still shitty.
So that
we were still shitty.
That's water under
everybody
the
was
bridge.
showing y'all love.
No, they weren't. Everybody was still saying like
Joe Burrow is next.
Yeah, everybody was saying.
I'm talking about the group. I ain't talking about the mainstream media.
Okay, because I'm saying that everybody else was still saying the Bengals is gonna ruin Joe Burrow,
and they might have had. Now we set up here. We have a question. What do y'all think about PG-13 saying that he about to revamp himself? He went back to his old trainer from his MVP year. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about pandemic / playoff P?
I think that
pretty
question
much putting the league on notice.
I think that question is the perfect way to get into America's favorite game show.
Yeah.
It's time to get into America's favorite game show, baby.
Fact
or cat. So that's the perfect segue into my question.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
So my question actually wasn't talking about PG revamping himself. I'm just gonna get straight to it. Is PG Paul fucking George? Fact or cap? Is he worth the max?
Fact.
No,
I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid, bro.
Cat. And I'm gonna tell you fucking why. Because if I'm paying
it didn't work. We just talking about talent when we're worth the money. But go ahead, explain yourself.
To me, because it's off the bullshit excuses that he gave me. You talking about
what he's supposed to say,
bro? If you got the max, you ain't supposed to put it on nobody else. He didn't
have the max. He just got the max. So now
that's what I'm saying. If you that caliber player,
yeah. But Kawhi, he ain't saying nothing.
But that's what. Hey, look, you don't say nothing. Then shut the fuck up. Because PG ain't the guy on the team.
Worth the max.
He's not.
Why not?
Bro,
so don't tell me about what he's saying. Let's talk about his talent.
Let me rephrase that. Your worth is what somebody will pay you. So he got paid the max.
Yeah.
Your worth is what somebody will pay you. But me personally, I don't think that he should get it. Just because off the simple fact that you gave yourself the title Playoff P. What
that was cap.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, who are you when it comes to the playoffs? Like, I ain't seen you do shit since Danny Granger.
But listen, are you gonna let Paul George walk away from your franchise and not get anything in return in free agency?
I mean,
if we're not, then
you ain't worth
it's a fact that he's worth the max.
Let's be objective for some part of it.
Okay, let's be objective. I can be objective.
Part of it. he had a shoulder injury before last season, in the off season last year. That's why he showed up late last year. So he never really had a good off season to be right. This off season, he had an official off season, no surgeries, no nothing, been working out, and he's back with his trainer. So he may be feeling himself. He may be feeling healthy. He may be actually healthy. He may be back to himself. Now, he may have playoff woes and such and such. But we not about to sit here and deny him as an actual player, like he's sitting here, like he's trash.
Thank you.
Like, come on now, like,
that's what
we gotta be some. Now, if he, superstar status could take him over to the top level player, start your franchise piece with. Nah, we ain't. He for some no, but yeah, you gonna give him the match. You ain't got no draft picks,
and I just
listen, you got no draft picks.
This is my point right
like
here.
Everybody else.
That's kind of my point right there.
They are.
They've been doing that.
And
put it back on this.
Put it back up. Put it back up. Eric Hughes says, however, they are giving max contracts out like Gatorade towels these days. So I guess so. And that's my point. So if they're doing that, then how can it be capped? If you're going to give someone who, out of some of the rest of these players, I think Paul George deserves a lot more than some of these other players that have been maxed. Otto Porter.
Reggie Jackson.
Brandon Ingram just got maxed.
I think B.I. deserves his max, though.
Yeah, but he only had 1 year.
I was about to say that. I think Paul George deserves the max over Brandon Ingram, but I think Paul George should have got the Brandon Ingram contract, not the Paul George contract.
It's about tenure.
His max is different. Yeah,
he got that super max, but I mean. Yeah, I mean, I just
personally got a max deal, man.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like we got to view that differently. Like we just got to assess the player.
No. And that was one of the points that I was gonna make, Eric. And that's why I fuck with you, Eric.
I told you. I said that earlier.
You got to me before I could say it. In the current state of the NBA, he's gonna get the max. But when I saw that come across my screen, it wasn't finally. What took them so long?
Okay.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I felt.
And to me, it's like when someone get that type of money, and you got to be like, to me, it's like a Hall of Famer. When someone brings up their name, and you got to be like, that ain't really Hall of Fame. Because to me, Hall of Fame is like, oh yeah, nah, you was that guy. And so, like, debatables, a tight 2-1 battle. I'm like, that ain't it.
Let's look at it psychological though. It was all talk. So Paul got to get up out of here. We got to get rid of him. We got to do all that. The team don't like him and all that. Okay, boom. We're gonna fully commit to him.
Yeah.
So we know he here and we know he got the ball. So now y'all got all that stuff y'all was talking about. Shut it up. Y'all gonna make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So you can look at it. You can look at it different ways. Ken, what's yours?
Because who do we blame? We blame Doc, right? Before I get to mine, we blame Doc.
He played a large percentage.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's what we gave him the larger portion of.
Yeah, of that pass.
So it's like, all right, he's gone. So it's like, let's see if it worked, man. Let's see if it worked. My factor cap question was it's a little bit different.
I got another one too, by the way. So
mine was Lil Wayne, our guy, Weezy F baby. Back in June, brokered a deal that just became public through a lawsuit that he's in. But he sold his masters for $100 million to Universal. And so my question is, if you're Lil Wayne, are you selling your masters for $100 million? Fact or cap?
That's cap for me.
So initially it was cap because of, like, if you have your masters now and you ain't had, none of the money that you was getting from Baby, but now you got your masters, then I'm like, okay, nah, like, don't sell your masters. But it come out that he's facing a charge where he could face 10 years. That gun charge, hey, fact, I'm selling it for $100 million, because if I go away for 10 years, guess what?
I'll come back.
I can, not even that, I can give my family a lump sum of money to kind of maintain within my absence. And I don't have to worry about them understanding business, knowing where stuff is supposed to come from. I can literally have all of my affairs in order by saying, hey, 100 million coming to y'all. Figure it out.
Me, I'm just gonna look at it, you know, in a universe that it's in by itself. I'm not gonna look at the gun charge. I'm just thinking about his masters, what he's worth. This summer, I watched that BET documentary on No Limit, and Master P walked up into Universal with Boz, and they offered Master P $1 million, you know, to sign to Universal. And Master P turned him down, and he walked out, and Boz pretty much cursed him out in the hallway. And Master P said to him, he said, if that man willing to pay me $1 million, how much you think I'm really worth? And you see Master P turn that $100 million that $1 million into 250 million. So I gotta think, if Universal was willing to sell Wayne or buy his masters for 100 million, how much do they stand to make off of it?
Well, you can look at now, but this is the
Fuck them kids.
what? If you're looking at the climate that we in, though, a lot of artists are buying their masters, and a lot of artists are selling their masters. So we're starting to understand the market of the masters for some people.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't understand that shit.
I mean, I said for some people, like
what is the stream?
We don't
what is
understand
the stream?
But 100 mil
is 100 mil.
It's 100 mil.
That's generational wealth, bro.
But my thing is, though, that's probably the max that he can get. I mean, if you really think about Wayne's catalog, like of music, a lot of his music was free. Like the Wayne that we really love.
But it's really the catalog that they want is really is Block is Hot, Lights Out, and the Carters 1 through 4. That's the catalog that they want, bro. Those are the masters, and the Hot Boy, and everything that you did on Hot Boys.
Cool. So that probably is 100. That probably maxed out at probably
that's
most.
Worth 500. That's worth 500 million. That's why they gave him 1 for. AJ said the ruler business, they gonna triple you, bro. They when they value you, they wouldn't have gave him 100 million if they didn't think they could at least make 3 off of him, Hill. And that's fact.
That's fine.
All right. So this takes me to my next fact, the cap question. Because Cannon been in 37 fights in his life. So what I want to know is, for us, Debo is the most relatable villain in a movie ever. Fact or cap?
It's a fact.
Fact.
That's thank you, because that's a motherfucking fact. Because everybody we know is but that's what I'm saying. Like, and the reason why I want to bring it up, because rest in peace.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
Zeus. We just lost him the other day. 2020 ain't playing no motherfucking games. But to me, watching Friday, you see Debo, and it's just like, even if, like, he'll know a Debo killer.
I know a Debo.
Like everybody know a Debo. Everybody know that dude.
I told you, just like, punch me and I seen double, bro.
You know, it's just like everybody knows somebody that will come around and they be like, yo, hey.
It's time to roll, man.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I ain't really, you know what I mean? I ain't really trying to go over there because I heard, you know what I mean? He be over there. But, you know, I ain't scared, but I just ain't trying to be over there because he always be trying to start some shit, you know.
And really, it's both our bikes.
You know what I mean? We just been keeping it at my house. And, like, just like thinking back on that movie, I'm like, bro, like, if you came up kind of like how we came up, we all know somebody like that, bro.
No,
and like to
Debo
me,
is a real character in the hood, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, that's the most relatable villain ever, because we know somebody like him.
He's a real person,
bro. I don't know nobody like Thanos.
Yeah, that's fake. You see what I'm saying? But Debo
like
can really, you feel me, catch you in the hood.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of that, I got another one that just came off the top of my head, and I know D Hill gonna agree with me. I know D Hill gonna agree with me. It's just on some old. It's some light shit because we had 59 minutes. We about to get out of here anyway because we was late.
Yeah.
Lottery Ticket is an underrated movie. Fact or cap?
No, yo, the rooftop scene, bro.
That's a fact. That's an underrated movie.
Me and Lee, we say the rooftop scene, and people going, y'all gonna have them. They gonna meme me again this week, bro.
I'm with you.
Bow Wow and Brandon T. That was Oscar worthy.
I'm with you.
No, 100%.
But that never.
Bro,
that
when
movie
he
never,
pointed out to the hood.
Yeah,
hey, bro, I
son.
felt that.
But
He said,
but it will never get
I
recognition. It was Oscar worthy, bro. And me and Lee, bro, we send that clip to each other for inspiration at times. Like we really use that clip to motivate us. Like, I'm sorry, bro. That is an underrated movie for sure. But to me, that movie, I underestimated Brandon T. Jackson, bro. Because he's funny and he can be funny and serious. And
Tropic Thunder, Booty Sweat. Oh my God, bro, that shit was funny. Hey, bro, like,
hey, but Robert Downey and really,
he's the Robert Downey Jr. is the only person to ever successfully do blackface and never get criticized for it.
Yeah, man, like, he pulled it off, man.
Like.
I gotta go rewatch that movie.
Fam, like, yo,
that Tom Cruise is funny in that movie,
bro.
Man.
At the end, oh my God, hey, yo, like that movie, Tropic Thunder. Hey, it's y'all finna get me on a rant because it's
that's one of my favorite movies, man.
It's so many movies that people really sleep on because it looks stupid, but Tropic Thunder, bro, is
it's a deep movie. It's a deep movie.
When he had no hands, when he blew off his hands and he started crying.
Better games like opening day or Christmas.
But no,
talking about baseball?
He's talking about basketball, the Christmas Day game or the opening day game. Because remember, we wanted the Clippers and Lakers on Christmas, but they opening day.
Oh, the opening day schedule is way better than the Christmas.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it's so close. It's so close.
It's all like the same, man.
It's in the same week. Can I do my fact to cap though?
Go ahead.
100%.
Fact or cap? Cam Newton's career as a starter is over.
Cap.
I'm gonna actually say cap because I understand.
Yeah.
What they have in New England, and people were complaining about the receivers that they had in New England with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get Cam Newton, they gonna complain. Is he gonna be a starter next year? No, but he's gonna be someone that they bring in to compete. And I think what Cam Newton will show is when you put him on a different team and a different system,
he can definitely come in and compete, bro.
He's still gonna come in and compete, and someone will give Cam Newton a shot, and someone will say, "Oh, he still got it."
So, and I hate to say it, but y'all gonna think this is a shameless plug. But if you would have had factor cap for Alex Smith, I would have said cap. Like he not coming back. And so the fact that his career ain't over. There's no way I can write off a healthy Cam Newton. You feel me? Just because he's having a bad season on a team with no assets for him. They don't have a running game or receiving core.
All right. So think about the teams that need quarterbacks next year. Those same teams that need quarterbacks next year are going to be high in the draft.
Yeah.
And they're going to draft the quarterback.
What about Denver?
Those same teams are going to be high in the draft.
We said compete. We ain't necessarily say next year. We said that his career as a starter is not over. He might have to sit a year or two before he get a shot again.
I don't want to be right.
Okay. So here's my point. What I'm saying is, I think Cam Newton will be a starter again. Do I think Cam Newton is going to be a starter next year? No,
I'm not for certain.
I'm not for certain because
with injury, he could.
Cause my thing is, if he another year, if he
Philly gonna need a quarterback,
you put bad film on
100%.
And think about it, they're not going to give him the benefit of the doubt of having no weapon. They're
No,
not going to give
100%.
him the benefit of doubt that this
100%.
offensive system don't work. They're going to say you
'Cause-
put out bad film,
Bro, it's
and that's what they're going to. That's going to be the rhetoric.
It's literally it's literally like we said going prior to. Remember what we said about Jameis, that when it was Jameis just can't stop throwing interceptions. When it's Tom Brady, it's the system. Bruce Arians is putting them in bad positions. The receivers, they not running the right routes,
Hill
etc.
said that was going to happen prior to Brady even going there.
So I'm 100% with you there. What I'm saying is, I think with the talent that Cam Newton has, he will get another shot. So it's been reports that the Bengals might sign Cam Newton as a backup in the offseason just in case Joe Burrow is not healthy. So it ain't over. I think
Philly needs a quarterback.
I think
they got Jalen Hurts.
But so you're not gonna bring Cam in for cheap to compete?
No.
I don't think Philly's gonna do it, but I think
I would. I ain't sold on Jalen Hurts.
I think there are teams that would do it. I think the Colts could do it.
Yeah, the Colts need some. Philip.
I think the Colts could do it. I think San Francisco could do it.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Bro,
I think Denver could do it.
We can talk. We can talk about this in further in depth.
But what injury? Anything's possible.
My whole thing is he put bad film on tape. Okay. It already took him forever to get signed this offseason.
Teddy got back.
What bad film did he put on tape?
He ain't really put no bad film, but no one thought he was going to get back. They said it was over for Teddy. They wrote him off.
Okay, let me ask you this.
But he put good film on tape.
Especially when he got that opportunity. So that can happen.
Chicago go get a quarterback in the draft?
Cam get on a roster with some weapons.
I believe a team is going to go get a quarterback in the draft before they go get Cam.
Is Chicago going to get a quarterback where they going in the draft where they going to be like,
but it ain't that deep of a draft.
Where we can't bring Cam Newton in on the same deal that he has in New England.
Can bring him on. That's cheap. They can bring him in and just let him compete, and we're going to play the best.
So why didn't they do this year? Because they went overpaid. They had an overpaid Foles.
And they knew they fucked up with that.
Yeah.
And Cam put bad film on it. You see what I'm saying? Y'all not justifying what y'all saying right now.
Yeah, we are, because we have said, hold on, let me I got we have said we don't think that he's going to play this year. We just think that he's going to get onto a roster. And with the way the universe works, somebody's going to get injured. He's going to get a chance at some point, just like Teddy did, and he's going to have to put good film then if he wants to come back. If he continues to put bad, just let me finish. If he puts bad film out right there, then I think, yes, his career will be over. But I still think he's going to have one more chance to put film out there. They got to, bro.
And the reason why I know he's going to have bad film, you talking about Nick Foles. They gave Nick Foles $20 million to be shitty. You only got to give Cam $1 million to be shitty.
Yeah.
So he gonna get a chance. They gave Matt Flynn a chance to be shitty at $20 million, and then they said, you know what, we gonna give the fourth. What was Russ, a third or fourth round pick? So they was like, oh no, we gonna do that. So if they can do it for cheap, they're gonna be like, yeah, we'll bring you in and give you a shot. But
they had an opportunity to do it for cheap.
Time will tell. I mean, we believe it,
but the Bears didn't do it last year because they already had Nick Foles, and they had Bishop.
They got Nick Foles this year. This is new.
Yeah.
So they could have. Cam was cheaper. They could have went and just got you. They had to give draft capital.
But didn't they have Foles before Cam came available? I'm gonna research that. I'm gonna figure that out.
I'm not paying $1 million again if I'm Cam. Oh yeah, I feel you. I need at least 5.
Okay.
See.
Okay. Go ahead.
We did so good. Why would you say that?
Blame Eric. Eric liked that. He knew.
So y'all can catch us on all major podcast platforms.
I got one more.
What it
Yeah,
is?
come on, because I ain't like, yeah, do one more, man.
Aaron Donald, the best defensive tackle ever. Factor cap.
I'm gonna say Cap just because I ain't seen a lot of them. You feel me? There have been some ones, and I didn't see Mean Joe Green play, so I ain't going to even open my lips and say that he's the best ever. Now, is he the best in the last 5, 8 to 10 years? Maybe I'm going to say probably yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and just say fat because I've seen this motherfucker workout tape. I ain't never seen me Joe Green feet with like that. I ain't John Randall. Wasn't John Randall wasn't he a defensive end in
You better
Nah,
three
he was a
four?
defensive tackle.
you
He was a
better
defensive tackle.
do some research on Mean Joe Green. They
Nah,
But
he,
no,
created
no,
a
no, no,
whole defense
bro,
after him, bro.
I trust me. I know about me and Joe Green. I'm just
All
talking
right,
about his.
man.
I'm just talking about his workouts and the way that he plays and the fact that
Mean Joe
from
ain't
from
even work out,
from
bro.
from that exactly
Straight
from that
probably
defensive
smoke
tackle position.
cigarettes.
From that defensive tackle position, these motherfuckers be in the huddle with a bogey like. So when we run a cover two, I I'm in the A gap. But so here's my thing. I understand what we talking about as far as like, you know, what happened in the past and stuff like that. But as far as the athletic ability and this motherfucker is not only just getting double digit sacks, he be getting close to damn near like 15, 20 sacks.
Nah, he elite, bro.
Like that's crazy from that position.
Nah, he's elite.
And so that's why I'm gonna go ahead and say fact. I know. You know, we are caught up in the nostalgic historic numbers, but what I'm saying is, bro, he's in a pass happy league,
And he's
but
still getting greasy as a tackle.
like we're in a pass happy league, but ain't nobody from the defensive tackle position really doing what he's doing consistently. I had my points at one point, like, hey yo, Fletcher Cox, Geno Atkins, why they not get Aaron Donald.
But they be getting greasy
No,
too.
they
Man.
get greasy, but
yeah,
Aaron
this
Donald,
different.
this different.
They
It
more
look
run game. They more break up the run game.
no. They pass they in
Now
the pass game. But
Fletcher Cox really be disrupting that run.
but Aaron Donald is something different, bro.
Nah,
And
he's different, bro.
like it's different. Like he's doing
He
defensive
like
end
an
shit.
edge rush. He like an
But that's
edge
not
rush
I'm,
in
I'm
the
look,
middle.
he's doing edge shit from the middle.
He is, bro.
I would have had me personally. I would have had Warren Sapp. It was mine, but
That's
the way I
why I
seen,
can't. That's why I can't say the greatest
I
ever.
fuck with it, bro.
Every era, there's just one guy that's a D tackle that has been dominant.
I love Warren Sapp. But it's almost like he also got he had Derek Brooks on that
That's not it. You can't
defense.
blame people.
No. I'm not blaming nobody. I'm just looking at like the different levels of that defense. I'm like that whole
lucky.
100%. I'm just saying that whole defense was crazy. And so it's just like that whole like I look at that defense as like one of like a generational era. I think they should have won way more.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Reggie White too, definitely.
that was a defensive end though.
Yeah, Reggie White was on the end.
But he played D tackle sometime. You gotta watch.
Yeah, I ain't talking about no sometime.
Yeah.
But no, like you
kick on
about 50%. Like he played all.
But we
Okay,
it could say Reggie best ever defensive end. So
that's true.
Because if that's the case, you could say like, oh, JJ Watt kicked the defensive tackle sometimes.
Yeah,
so I'm
I'm
talking about defense, like someone in the middle, like that's what they calling you.
Okay.
And
now, but I will say this because Reggie White was 50-50. I agree with that. I seen the documentary. Now, I also seen the documentary on Mean Joe Green, right? And this is the thing about Mean Joe Green, right? Mean Joe Green was able to basically take their 4-3 defense and basically make it into a 3-4 without substitution because he would just change his gap, right? And once he did that, they called it the 4-3 stunt. he was unblockable, bro. So basically, instead of lining up over the center, he would line in between the center and the guard, and there was no way at that time they didn't have no scheme to block him, bro. And that's how he was able to have historic numbers. So it's, like I said, you got Mean Joe Green, you got Warren Sapp, you got who's the dude? The
John Randall.
Yep.
John Randall was a beast for Minnesota, but there was another dude, D tackle. I think he passed away. Yeah, was he? No, I think he might have been an N.
It's all good. I mean, we'll post it in the group. Eric had one in the comments. AJ, we can wrap it up with his. It's up there.
Man, can you post it? I can't find it.
I told you I can't hit the comments, bro.
What did it say? What did the comment say?
He had a fat to cap. It was
I got it. Fact to cap, Matthew Stafford is done with the Lions.
He should be. That's fact. Hang that up, man. It just ain't working. I would try to be out if I was Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, if I was Matthew Stafford, it wouldn't be is Matthew Stafford done with the Lions. Is Matthew Stafford leaving because he's sick of that shit?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not. If I'm a head coach, I'm not signing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not signing up for that without no quarterback. Like, you know what I'm saying? I need to hear the plan. You got to tell me what the plan is. You know, you go draft the quarterback, you get rid of that. You got to tell me the plan. And you better sell me. You better sell me. Because what it ain't going to be is you sign me on, I sign on thinking I got Matt. Then next thing you know, you trade me. And then I got Trent Dilfer. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like,
okay. So I hate to commandeer your question, Eric, but I actually got a kind of a thought, and I know how we think. So I kind of want to see what they have to say. Who would you rather have next year in the Buccaneers offense, Tom Brady or Matthew Stafford?
Oh, Matt Stafford.
Yeah, but that's just dumb because Matthew Stafford is way younger, bro. Tom Brady is going to be 44 next year.
It's not even that, bro. He fits that offense. Tom Brady don't fit that offense.
But listen, I wouldn't give a damn if Matthew Stafford was not a fit. I'm probably going to take him because, bro, I'm not even being serious with a 44-year-old quarterback, bro. Like, let's be real. They got to let that shit go, man.
Hey, ain't no way we can top that, bro. We were playing.
That's exactly what I wanted. Hey, take us home, Hill. End it.
They threw me out. This episode 89. Catch us on all major podcast platforms. 3Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3Man Weave _. You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. I want to thank everybody in the 3Man Weave Facebook group that tuned in. I want to thank everybody on YouTube that tuned in. Once again, the episode will be out on all major podcast platforms, and you can catch the replay on YouTube and in the Facebook group. Enjoy y'all night, and we out.